Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.
Unfortunately, certain individuals are deliberately trying to cultivate negative expectations within the country. Fortunately, neither their focus nor their plans are being realized, stated Georgian Dream Prime Minister Kobakhidze at the government meeting. I would like to cite a comment from one of their representatives who claimed on January 17 that within 3 months the exchange rate against the US dollar would be approximately 3.1. More than 3 months have passed and lari exchange rate now hovers around 2.75. A former politician, now an expert, predicted a 2% decline in the economy. However, as I mentioned, in the first quarter, Georgia experienced a robust 9.3% economic growth, with inflation at around 6%. Their forecast to be simply unfounded, the Prime Minister stated. Kobakhidze also highlighted fiscal achievements. There was speculation that the tax revenue plan would fall short, but as you can see, it was exceeded by over 120 million lari in the first quarter. Expressing disappointment, he added, "It's very sad that certain individuals deliberately attempt to create negative expectations and sow nihilism in our society." Georgian government is offering preferential terms to medical institutions that face operational deficiencies during COVID pandemic and carry outstanding financial obligations, announced Health Minister Mikhail Sargeladze. The minister clarified that the total amount of these liabilities amounts to 26 million lari. Under the current proposal, if medical institutions cover 25% of their debts, the remaining balance will be written off. According to Sargeladze, medical institutions are encouraged to apply to the government for further discussions. I believe this is a fair and equitable offer. I would also like to highlight that we have engaged in active consultations with medical institutions, including various business entities operating in this sector, and we hope for a positive response. Many healthcare providers would be able to benefit from these preferential conditions. Our primary goal is to create more opportunities for medical institutions, allowing them to allocate their resources more effectively towards patient care and ensuring optimal working conditions for physicians to fulfill their personal duties, Sargeladze stated. Engaging in dialogue with our key partners is of utmost importance to us because, frankly, our ties with the US were not at the desired level, particularly during the final period of the previous administration, stated Georgian Dream First Vice Prime Minister Davitashvili during a briefing following a government meeting where he discussed his recent visits to the United States. Davitashvili emphasized the need to change and improve this situation. He highlighted that both Georgia and the US are pragmatically committed to developing closer, mutually beneficial relations. This has been our primary forces. We are actively engaging in discussions with our partners to make cooperation more mutually advantageous. This rational and pragmatic approach is entirely acceptable to the new US administration. During our visit, our delegation, comprising the economic bloc, held meetings primarily with international financial institutions. We, together with the National Bank, participated in insightful discussions with our partners. These spring sessions, must like annual meetings, are invaluable because they provide insight into main trends shaping the international financial systems for the year. They also offer a clearer understanding of the priorities of international financial organizations. High-level discussion makers from Georgia share objective information about our country's economic processes, which helps deepen cooperation with these organizations and ensures it becomes even more effective, Davitashvili said. Within the framework of the 2025 spring meeting of World Bank Group and the International Monetary Fund in Washington, Governor of National Bank of Georgia, Natia participated in a meeting of women central bank leaders from various nations. The meeting was dedicated to gender issues in Europe and Central Asia region, women's financial inclusion in society and economic activities, including their role and women's empowerment. Natia Turnava informed meeting participants about the MBG's steps to empower women. She emphasized that 54% of National Bank's high and middle management and 5 out of 9 members of the supervisory board are women. In 2020, we implemented a financial educational portal, and in 2023, we approved an updated version of the National Financial Education Strategy. In both documents, women represent a priority group. We are also actively working to improve corporate governance through the updated Corporate Governance Code. We have introduced gender quotas for supervisory boards of commercial banks and microbank, noted Natia Turnava. According to her, the National Bank's strategic approach aims to eliminate the gap in access to finance for women-led businesses and gender wage disparities in the sector. Construction of a modern standard animal shelter is set to begin in Gldani District, Tbilisi Mayor Kakha Kaladze announced during a municipal government meeting. According to Mayor, the issue of animals remains a challenge for the city and a concern for its residents. Although the Tbilisi Animal Monitoring Agency actively conducts spraying and neutering surgeries, the animals reproduce rapidly, and our current shelter cannot keep pace with the growing numbers, he explained. Kaladze also highlighted that cases of pet owners abandoning their animals on the streets are alarming, common, significantly contributing to the rise in stray populations. He emphasized that the new shelter would operate 24 hours a day and would be equipped with a laboratory, surgical unit, post-operative care facility, and other necessary infrastructure. 2,358 permissions were granted in January-March of 2025 for the construction of buildings with a total area of 2,591,000 square meters, according to the National Statistics Office of Georgia. Note that 75% of the all permits have been issued in 4 regions of the country, namely 47.4% in Tbilisi, 12.9% in Kobakhidze region, 8% in Taktakishvili region, and 7.2% in Kakha region. It should be noted that in January-March of 2025, permissions were issued for the construction of multifunctional residential complexes, trade facilities, hotels, industrial enterprises, objects for agricultural purposes, and other buildings. 698 objects with a total area of 655,000 square meters were completed in January-March of 2025. More than 2/3 of completed constructions are distributed among 4 regions of the country, namely 32.5% is located in Tbilisi, 14% in Taktakishvili region, 11.3% in Kakha region, and 9.3% in Shida region. Wizz Air has officially resumed direct regular flights between Tbilisi and Madrid. The flight from Kobakhidze Davitashvili International Airport took off on Tuesday, April 29, carrying 230 passengers. The airline will operate Tbilisi-Madrid-Tbilisi flights using an A321 known aircraft, scheduled twice a week on Tuesdays and Saturdays. In addition to Madrid, Wizz Air also offers flights to Barcelona. In the first quarter of 2025, a total of 2,988 Georgian passengers traveled to Spain. Currently, 6 airlines provide direct regular flights from Davitashvili Kobakhidze International Airport to 32 destinations across 18 countries, with 24 of those direct routes located in Europe. Furthermore, starting June 3, the airport will welcome a new destination, Lyon, France.
The Checkpoints is presented by pharmaceutical company GM Pharma.